everyone, welcome back. We're still live from 1990 conference. This is in New York, and this is why I have the pleasure to welcome back on the stream Elena Miska.
Hey everyone.
Hey, Elena. But this time she's not alone because we are in New York. So she brought someone.
Someone very special.
Very special. Another designer, Tom.
Yeah, my better half over here. So I'm bringing the vibe down a little bit.
So we'll be live with Elena and Tom, both designers. They work on separate pieces, but also sometimes they work together, and they live together. Yeah, beside that, so it's awesome also to have a couple. Is it the first? I think that's the first couple on the live stream.
Really?
Really?
I think so.
Yes, we beat Wade and Leda.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, that's cool. So we'll talk about your work, okay, and then at some point at the end of the stream we will review some portfolios.
Perfect.
If that's okay with you.
Yes.
And we are live from New York. Let us know where you are watching from. I see a lot of names, like Boris Garage. Where are you from, guy? We have some freelancers, and if we have time, we will take some portfolios from the chat too. And Wade.
Hi, Wade.
You heard.
Anyone from Nottingham? England?
Wade is watching. Yo Wade.
Hey Wade.
Wade
Hey,
will
Wade.
be live with us tomorrow at 4 p.m. New York time, Eastern time. He will
We'll
be
be
live with
watching.
Leta and Pink Zoo. So
Yes, amazing. So many amazing people. Yeah.
this will be cool. Boris, you're watching from Serbia. Nice. Oh, Boris, is it you who shared the... Maybe that's Boris who shared this one. We will see.
Oh, amazing.
Okay, cool. So let's start. We have people from Slovenia, from Nigeria. Yeah, Africa.
Sonoma
Sonoma
County.
County.
Yeah. And thanks for sharing the love. Well, hey, Yadira, good to see you again. Peter from Bulgaria. Iceland from Palestine. Thanks for watching. Leta, you're here
Leta.
too. Oh, that's okay. So yeah, so Leta, we're very lucky because it's very quiet now.
I know.
Because all the attendees are in workshops and stuff, so that's very quiet, very
It's
peaceful.
nice. I'm waiting for
This
a whole
morning-
crowd of people.
Oh my
to
God! This morning it was such a mess. We even had a guy like he arrived here and said, "Please, do you know the Wi-Fi password?" Like during the live. Yeah, it was good.
It's like we're live.
Fun times. Hey, Sasha from Angola. Yeah, more people from Africa. Cape Town. Look at that. Egypt.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so cool. Great. Yeah, thanks for joining. And the goal is really to talk and share your insights about the creative industry. And we wanted to take the opportunity to be in New York to feature some creatives from New York. It's,
Yeah. Well,
of course, one of the biggest creative hubs these days. So I think it makes sense.
yeah, we're excited to be here.
Yeah, for sure.
Tom, is it okay if we start with Elena?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Always start with Elena.
Actually, well, we have sometimes since we work together, I thought it would be fun to start with one of our
Okay.
pieces that we've done together.
The album artwork?
Yeah, Twin Tigers album artwork. Tom, do you want to start
Yeah,
with that?
so we got approached basically by a friend of a friend who was releasing an album and just said that they'd like us to give a go at the artwork. So this is what came of it. It was just we decided when we first got married to collaborate for the first time together. So this was the outcome of it, basically.
Was it part of the wedding? Like there was a ceremony?
Yeah, this was in the reception.
Right.
This was it.
Right after the wedding.
Yeah, so basically we got together and created this with kind of a different vibe than I guess what we'd normally do in our day-to-day, which was you actually got your paints out and we started experimenting basically.
Yeah, well, it's fun. I mean, we like to do a lot of things by hand because we spend a lot of time in front of the computer, which is, obviously a great tool, but it's fun to, I think some of the best work comes out of it when we do some stuff, manually and then add in digital elements to it. And this was how this project worked because the music, we listened to all the tracks ahead of time and it was quite raw and gritty, and we wanted to give that kind of visualize that.
Yeah.
Is it like rock and roll? Like
It's
pretty dark?
It's not crazy,
Deathwish.
but it's like I
Deathwish.
mean the album's called Deathwish. So but if you go to the bottom of this page, actually we've got some of the artwork that we created for it, and it was all taking paint and India ink and then digitally
Worked with you
Altering
working
it,
with it
yeah.
and altering
Wow.
it. So we have those large scale, and we work them into different parts of the album artwork and of the vinyl. So.
Yeah, I mean that's like a common thread in a lot of our work is doing things by hand and then seeing how we can make them even more interesting digitally, and this was a good example of it, and something that we did together. It's fun to, we normally on a day-to-day basis work separately, but then come together for these more special projects that we can do together.
And was it your the first time you were working on a vinyl like object?
No, I think I've done a few
in the past?
like music bits and pieces before, but this was the first one where we worked together.
Yeah.
I was really surprised to see the red.
Yeah,
vinyl,
it's
and
cool.
then the reference.
It's kind
I was
of
like,
red
wow.
see-through. It's
Yeah,
really cool.
Yeah, like a
So
trance.
iconic. It's
Yeah,
really
it's
something you
amazing.
remember.
Yeah, definitely. It's really cool. It's the actual thing. It's kind of see-through as well. So
okay.
yeah, it's kind of.
It's always fun to hold something in your hand afterward. You get it back from being pressed, and it's extra special.
And how did you collaborate with rock bands? So did you have a kind of carte blanche? You could do.
I mean,
what you want, or you
So
had a brief, or?
they actually had a couple of albums before, and they had like the actual border, the white border around everything was something that they had in their previous artwork, and the back where they showed the track listings, they kind of wanted to be similar. But anything they just said, listen to the music and everything, just go with what we think, and then same with inside like this. So. We showed them one concept, which was basically the front cover that you see, and then from there they just said go with that. So we created more, and that's how we got to where we were.
Yeah, and I mean sometimes you'd use photography, sometimes it would be typographic, but this felt like the right thing to get that gritty feeling of the music across, so that it was a
especially this experience.
Yeah, and
it almost looks like a waveform.
Yeah.
Distorted
Definitely.
waveform.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it was
It's kind of semi-relating to music waves, and but in a kind of chaotic.
And death.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Apparently, we're good at that now.
Yeah. So this was one that we did together, and I guess
That's
then we'll kind of swap back and forth maybe and talk about a few projects.
Sure.
Yeah.
each.
Okay.
Ladies
We
first.
can do one and one. Okay. Okay. You start
Perfect.
with one. Which one do you want to showcase?
Let's do the first one since it's super
So
recent.
new,
I
so
put it
fresh.
up the other day.
So Milk Makeup.
Yeah.
Because Elena was live with us a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Like
You
a
can
month
watch
ago.
the replay. Yeah, a month ago on Creative Cloud, and she designed live the Zenzin that we will see later during the show. But also, so you explained us that you were working for Milk Makeup too.
Yes.
So as an art director. Or,
Yep. Yeah.
So this is a real brand, right?
Yes.
it's
You can go to milkmakeup.com and see this, or go into Sephora. Or,
Oh, it's in Sephora. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So we're in quite a few Sephoras, Urban Outfitters.
okay.
Yeah. So someretail.com.
And what is the angle or the audience of this brand?
So
Really specific to Milk Makeup.
yeah, so the brand launched just over a year ago,
okay.
launched out of Milk Studios in New York City, and there was kind of this, I think, need in the beauty industry for something that was a quick and easy makeup to apply. You could apply it with your fingers, with the applicator. You didn't need any brushes or tools, but it was also very ingredient conscious, so nothing bad for you like a lot of things have in it, unfortunately, today, and something for just real people expressing, they're living their lives. They're not, makeup obsessed people. They're just, it's something that they add to their look to feel good about themselves, but it's not something that's necessary. I think a lot of brands are always telling you, you need this or you need that, and so this is more just about saying, embrace you for you and go about your daily life, and this is just an addition to it. It's not a necessity. So helping kind of shape this brand has been really, really exciting, just because it is so fresh and new, and kind of speaking to real people, and the motto that kind of was born recently was live your look, which means that it's it's not about it's not about the makeup that you're wearing, it's just about what you're doing in your life, and this is just part of it. So going on with that, it's putting together these productions to just highlight the brand message and to make sure that everything is consistent across all platforms, whether it's in the digital space or in a retail space, and making
here,
sure
you can see the retail.
Yeah, yeah. So that's in a Sephora.
Okay.
Yeah, and making sure the brand as a whole
Website. Yeah. I see.
makes sense. Yeah, so it's a fun, really, really
So what
fun
is your role
project.
in this?
So I'm the art director.
So it goes like from, so you're in charge of even the photo shooting, like all the pictures and everything. Yeah.
So it's, figuring out who would be the best photographer for it, how, how we want the light, who the cast is, who's styling it, who's doing hair, makeup, etc. So
Like a producer also. Like
I work very closely
Yeah.
with some amazing producers, and they they help a lot and make the magic happen. But it's having a vision for the brand along with the creative director and co-founders, and then making that come to life through picking the right people for the project.
And is it the first time you're art director for a brand?
No, I mean I've done art direction throughout my career. I started out actually at a magazine, and then I've done it in bits and pieces. I've always done design and also art direction. I think the way that at least I work, the two go very, very hand in hand. So I think it's important to utilize both skills when possible.
Awesome.
Yeah, so this is fun. And there's an older project in there which we don't need to go through, just when I started out, but it's the one that we were just on is the most recent. And I think the thing that's really, really fun about this, working on this brand, is that the products themselves are inspired by art supplies, and so whenever we show the makeup, it's like painterly strokes, and everything references art, which is great.
And even the composition and the choice of colors, it's so fresh for a makeup brand.
Yeah, I mean you don't see a lot of it out there. That was
a wild posting.
Yeah, it was fun to see all over the streets. Yeah,
the collage.
Very, very tactile and inspired by art.
Cool, so that's what you are doing today?
Yes.
Maybe Tom, you want to explain what you are working on today?
Yeah, sure. So I work for a company called Squarespace.com.
Yeah.
So
you can show this one maybe.
Yeah. So if you don't know, Squarespace is basically a website templates company, and
one of the leading companies.
One of the leading companies, yeah. It's broadly design-led, which is kind of nice for a large company like that. So I work specifically on the front site team, which is essentially it's Squarespace.com and not the templates. So anything that you see up to sign up is kind of what I work on. So hi front site team, if you're watching. I know a couple of people might be on the stream. So we have a load of clients that or customers that use Squarespace that we use in our campaigns. So we highlight those, and then also
so someone does the curation to find the best.
Exactly, or someone that would fit the campaign that we have at the moment, and then we use them. We sort of collaborate with them to create, sites that perhaps they'd use, and then we also add those sites to our template store.
To the template layout.
So you can actually start with a site that a celebrity or public figure has used, and build your site off that. Liam Bridges, for example. And so a lot of this was our team doing art direction and coming up with the best way to showcase these customers, and then the sites as well. And then this is an amazing company, Kombucha Dog. They actually, it's a kombucha company,
cute.
But they print out rescue dogs on all of the packaging, and you can rescue.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
And then we also, so this year we released a new homepage for Squarespace.com, and then a new template store, which made it a bit easier to kind of find what you'd like. And I'm working on the team to basically take this brand that we've created and consolidate it into a more cohesive experience throughout the whole front site of Squarespace.com, which will kind of roll out through the rest of the year.
That's the
template store, yeah. And then there's obviously like a lot of subsequent pages from that.
Yeah.
So we've created this kind of look and feel that we think is Squarespace now, and now it's rolling it out through the rest of the brand.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big brand.
It's a big brand.
And you, so what is your role, like when you work with the front side team, like do you have also to get some technical knowledge and deal with CSS and stuff? Or?
Yeah, so I actually used to kind of do front end design very embarrassingly badly. So I kind of understood it, but actually we work with a really amazing team of developers.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah,
you have to just do everything. So yeah, we have a really amazing team of developers that we kind of sit next to, and we can just literally work directly with them. It's not like a us and them situation.
But you have some like background, so when you talk to them, you don't ask for crazy.
Exactly. But what's nice is that you know, web is becoming more like print in that you can kind of make crazy assumptions on what you want to do, and most of the time people can do them now, so that's kind of nice. I'll just go through another one related to that, is the Squarespace Pockets campaign. So along with Squarespace.com, this was a campaign where we basically took devices and our templates and kind of, it's hard to make them look beautiful, you know, as in hard to make a device on a table look beautiful. So what's
it's more like something that you bring with you all the time.
Yeah, definitely. And so what's a different way of showing this? So so we thought of showing them in context, like, so for example, with the one above, this one here, it's like, you know that person's like listening to music, so it's a music template in it, and it's kind of using the subject to show a little bit about what the template might be.
Yeah.
So that was actually done in-house with only a few people, and
so everything, the photography,
everything, photography, art direction, retouching. Yeah, we've got a really solid team at the moment. So yeah, it's a good fun company to work for, and it will be nice.
I will follow you.
Yeah, great. I need followers. I need followers. So.
It's a brand new Behance portfolio. Okay,
yeah, I signed up fairly
go.
Recently, so I'm going to use this opportunity.
BC02, okay?
You gotta
not 01, huh?
No, not okay. You
02.
You plug it. You keep plugging it. I'm hoping to double my followers within
from like
this
2 to
feed.
4.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's what I do on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, awesome.
It was so fun though. It was like seeing every time I would ride the subway, I would see that campaign in my train. So it's kind of fun to be like,
little known fact is that photo that I showed you with the headphones, that's me in the photo as well. So I had a weird situation where I was on the subway wearing that jacket next to that photo of the jacket, and I was like, I wish someone was there to take a photo. I wish there was, but you don't speak to people on the subway, so.
No, it's forbidden, right?
Absolutely forbidden. Don't make that mistake.
It's like in Paris.
Yeah. Such a faux pas.
Okay, you want to share maybe a project which is more...
Should we do Zenzine?
Yeah, we can do Zenzine.
So
this is Zenzine.
This is a little... For the majority of you did not see the live stream I did about a month ago, but it was super exciting. I designed this zine over the course of 3
you have new
days.
followers.
Yes, new followers, yeah. Any little help.
It returns. So designed this zine over the course of 3 days on the Adobe Live graphic design stream last month, and it was super, super fun, and it's published now. It'll be up on my Behance very soon, within the next couple weeks. So this is kind of a teaser.
Yeah, so exciting. Well, maybe I can show you guys, like if you do Elena Miska Adobe Live, YouTube.
Dun, 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 dun.
Here we go. So
It is.
you can watch the episodes, so they're all on the Adobe Creative Cloud YouTube channel. 1, 2, 3, 2 hours per day. And you will see like really starting from scratch how she created this magazine in InDesign. And then she used a publish online feature to create a way to share it, but it will become a paper magazine.
I actually got the printed zines last week in the mail. So exciting.
And it's
Oh,
all-
we have Kent
yeah.
in the chat. He watched the stream.
It's all made of
Amazing.
artwork that she does while me and
Yeah.
our dog are asleep. Because it's like into the night where I'm fast asleep. So,
It's all the collage. Yeah.
So all these things, as Tom said, they're little bits and pieces of art that I do in my spare time. Some gouache collages, some just collages from found, books, little doodles. So I thought it was the perfect place to kind of showcase all of these in one place.
Hélène wants to know where you're from.
I am from the Bay Area in California.
California.
Yeah.
And she moved to New York
But now I'm in New York.
for the weather.
for the weather.
Soon. I hope it.
It's
hope it clears
freezing
up
at the
soon.
moment, actually.
So the zine was just a mix of all of these kind of doodles that I've done and some typographic treatments, things that I'd written down in my notebook that I, made into typographic spreads. And then, I created this over the course of the 3 days, which was
I remember this
exciting.
one.
Yeah.
The audience was very excited by this one.
I got some.
A lot of questions on this.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't know if you're supposed to do that. Like, well, I'm just gonna go for it. Yeah,
Collage.
so and this just utilized kind of, it was very free. It wasn't for a client. It was just for myself. So having the freedom to create page after page of just, placing my work in, playing with type. Not really having any rules. The whole kind of concept around it and the reason it was called Zenzine was because of the idea that I create all this work that you see in here as a way to kind of zen out and clear my head, usually late at night, just creating these pieces as a way to kind of chill out. Zenzine.
Beautiful.
So
It
we'll
looks
be
great in
Can I
printing.
share
as well.
the link in the chat with them?
Yeah,
They
of
want to check?
course,
Yeah?
of course, yeah. And it'll be on my Behance probably
Be
no later than
careful.
2 weeks.
Mr. Wirecast, be careful. There will be an inception moment. Maybe you want to switch to the front camera because it will be us watching us. So it will be, we have a weird effect here. Okay, I will do Zenzine. Okay, they got the link. We can come back. So yeah, Zenzine,
Yeah.
limited edition.
Limited edition.
It looks amazing in print as well.
Yeah.
Like really cool. Actually, you got it the other day. It looks really
It
good.
does. It's pretty fun to hold something.
With a new format. Here's
Yeah.
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 Just available in the UK.
Yeah.
Let us know at any point if anyone has any questions for Tom or myself.
Yeah. And Tom, because, okay, maybe we can,
Yeah, I'd like, so if you go on to the Kind Regards project, so my friend actually opened a bar in the Lower East Side and needed some branding for it, basically, or a logo for it originally.
Yeah.
He actually opened a bar with a friend and there was a bust in the bar, like a statue,
yeah,
a bust
statue.
in the bar. So I basically took a photo of that and redrew it, and then decided that my challenge to myself to sort of separate my day-to-day, which is quite not corporate but very precise design, was
And do
to
something
draw
more
everything
free
by
and-
hand. Yeah, so I created the font actually that
Oh.
makes up the logo in
This one in-
Illustrator, and then I drew it out.
Okay.
So everything is kind of drawn, and that was kind of a way of making it a little bit different and a little more challenging for myself. So so that bar's open now, and there's going to be more and more added. Me and my friend are going to do a gold leaf painting on the sign, which I've never done before.
This
So
will be fun.
that'll be really fun. He knows how to do it though, so I get to.
It's pretty
I
legit.
get to just watch
yeah.
him, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to do that with him, and yeah, you can see that it's very imperfect.
Yeah, because it's very
So
imperfect.
what
But
I did
still
was
it's in Illustrator.
so I created a grid and then created all the letter forms, and then actually printed every letter out and redrew it on a
I
light
see.
box basically. So it is kind of hand drawn in my head.
No, but totally. I mean, you created all the letters.
Yeah.
And this one? Is
That
it,
one is my just
Just you
a
to
handwriting
do
that I did for it. So it's a small, short but sweet kind of project that I've been working
That's
on
cool.
recently. That's kind of a complete separation from what I do on my day to day.
And is it already? They are already using this?
They're already using that, yeah. So you can go in and
You should add a picture of after the.
I will
design,
as soon as I've done. As soon as I've got that done, that's going to be the front page.
Okay, we'll do.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
You get a new appreciation.
Yes. I'm gonna,
on
I
fire.
can take you through each
His
one of
is
my
on fire.
projects if you want. You can just like
You're
every
being
one
so
of them.
generous.
You are.
Okay.
Just giving them out.
I just, oh, this is some
Blowing
lettering
up
too?
in your-
This
Yeah,
one that you
yeah.
did?
So
we love lettering, you know, on
yeah.
every live.
So I mean, it's something that I kind of dabble with. There's some amazing lettering designers
Oh, this is
out
good.
there.
This is very good.
But so this was for a club in the UK that some people might know called Gatecrasher, which is embarrassing. It's one of those embarrassing college clubs, kind of. I don't know. And yeah, so
In Nottingham, of course.
in Nottingham, some people might know it. If anyone knows Gatecrasher in Nottingham or has been there, then that would be really interesting. Yeah, so I just created this type for it. That was quite a long time ago now, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. But it's
And
something
what was
I
the
dabble
process
with.
for this one?
Just that was actually just paint on paper and
Okay.
then scanning it and then just touching it up
Okay.
a little bit.
It's fun. We both, I feel like, have our own things that we
Yeah.
do in our free time to kind of just get off the computer. I mean, we both do most of our work on the computer, but having that freedom to just
Yeah,
use, put pen to paper and create something that way.
yeah, definitely.
And do you put some side projects too, sometimes on your
Yeah,
portfolio?
I am
Maybe
working on
this
a
one.
few right now. Yeah, that was a
What's happening
personal
here?
project for a while. Can you show boobs on
Boobs?
live?
Oh, yeah. Could do this.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, so this was kind of almost like the
This would be the new quote, I think, for the show. Can you show boobs on Adobe Live?
hashtag.
Well,
To be the
apparently
tagline.
yes. You're
Hashtag.
about to get in trouble.
This was a project I did several years ago with, actually it was a collaboration with my brother who does a lot of writing, and I was really inspired by the things that he was writing. Some of it was poetry, some of it was just stream of conscious, some of it was,
Oh, so these are the poems from your brother?
yeah, so
And then
I
you try
kind of,
and you illustrate the...
yeah,
Wow.
so I designed everything and collaged based on what he was saying in his written pieces, which I think was, it's special because it's similar to how Tom and I work.
Live chat's
did
good
we
at the moment.
So again, these are some older collages, but
Great.
you can see a common thread.
Because we had a lot of conversations today, with our guests about finding the right balance between
Yeah.
sharing personal projects and more corporate or professional work.
Yeah.
So
I think it's super important to show like your own personality or something that I think it's just as important as showing the work that you actually work on a day-to-day as showing what you like to do in your free time or something different that it shows a bit more of your style.
I see.
And I think I'm sort of drawn to those projects immediately because it gives you a sort of notion of how driven that person is and what they like to do when they're not held down by certain constraints that might be held back, that they might be held back within work.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, plus I think you get out you get back what you put out into the world. So if you're super interested in some sort of design, but then are only doing one thing at work, you're probably, only gonna be asked to do that type of a
Yeah, no,
project.
that's-
So
that's what I was saying.
just to get fulfillment from all angles, it's nice to, do personal projects, do, small side projects if it's fulfilling and if it's the type of work that you like to do.
yeah, I saw also some strategies like these days where on Behance people would show like their professional work, like graphic design, for instance, and then on Instagram, for instance, they would just share some lettering
Yeah.
Right.
to get more, or maybe to just to switch to a new kind of work or new
Yeah.
kind of customer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, So there are so many opportunities now to and
get that work out.
Yeah, and master your creative direction, or career. You know?
I think if you can make a kind of a project out of a passion, though, that's definitely something
key,
that's really, you know, it just shows your own personality, which is, you know, can be lacking sometimes, and it differentiates you from the next person, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is a campaign. Oh, this was for Adidas. It was the one also.
Yeah, this was the from the campaign that came out about a year ago for the global Adidas brand, the Originals brand within Adidas.
Oh.
So they're more kind of fashion-forward line of shoes rather than, you know, sportswear. This was really, really fun designing this stuff that kind of went everywhere in the world, and then creating a system that could live on so that other people could replicate it in any country.
Oh yeah, and translate and localize. Yeah.
Because, you know, we would communicate with China or, you know, whatever countries, so that we'd make sure that the brand was, you know, staying consistent everywhere in the world. But yeah, a very, very fun project, because as a brand, they're into pushing the boundaries and being kind of irreverent, which is it's always fun.
It was before working for Milk?
No, yeah, right.
So you were
Milk.
like a freelancer?
No, I worked there for just about a year at the agency.
At the agency?
Yeah.
Okay. And you, Tom, before working for Squarespace?
Yeah, I was working for. I was actually working for an advertising agency called AKQA in San Francisco, and then moved to New York with them originally. So lots.
They have
of
a big office in London too, right?
They do. Yeah.
AKQA.
I think San Francisco and London are like bigger offices. Yeah. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's the case.
I really like their work.
They're great.
Yeah.
So maybe Tom, there was one more you want to share also?
Yeah.
What is doing this? You don't have to share the video games you're playing on behance.
I don't have to
keep it to your design.
Yeah, fair enough.
Cool.
Okay, but as long as it's just an extra thing that you can like. That's what it is. So
okay.
So I worked on Call of Duty Black Ops 3 a few years ago. I was part of the Activision team. So basically, we were tasked with to create the brand guidelines online for the game. With just a piece of key art, which is at the top of the page, and the basically the idea that they'd use an orange square. So we decided to basically make the entire website out of squares.
That's a creative direction.
That's it.
Orange square.
So if you can see the site grid there, it basically every piece of the site is a square or a half square.
Okay.
And then we kind of used the square throughout, and we came up with the typeface and stuff.
And now
like
you work
that.
for a Squarespace.
Exactly. I like squares. Apparently,
everything's connected.
I think the nice
It was
thing
already
about
working.
the nice thing about this was that we actually got to, from this, some of this stuff went into the actual game, which was pretty cool. Like, it's not something that necessarily happens for an agency, so they took that back and put it into the game. So that's great, yeah. But yeah, squares, apparently that's my life.
His thing. What you'll be known for.
Just squares.
Yeah, let us know if you have any questions. What else? It's a pretty big mix of art direction work and design, I guess.
And
right
you did
now.
some packaging too.
Yeah,
I remember this.
A bit old, but super fun, beautiful. It's just concept work.
It was just to get some free whiskey for Tom. That's what I've heard.
For sure.
That's why you accepted that.
I had to tell him not to crack it open. I was like, no,
I'm
wait.
not allowed to crack it open.
I think we still have it. Or I think
we do still have it. I'm not allowed to. My dad opened it. My dad opened that bottle.
His parents came from England to visit us.
And that's a comped bottle, and it spent hours comping it up. And my dad breaks straight into it.
He's like,
starts
thanks.
drinking it.
Don't mind if
I
do.
was like, no.
Yeah, so it was just concept work, but it was a fun way of kind of trying to bring see how it would work if we tried bringing this very kind of, I think this Cutty Sark is mostly drunk by a certain age group, and we're trying to bring it to a bit of a younger
modernize
audience,
it.
modernize it. So taking
great.
that very classic ship, abstracting it, but still keeping all the same colors and things that they normally use. But again, just spec work.
That's very good.
Yeah.
They want to know how you met. No.
How
Was
did
it
we
in
meet?
an agency or
we
like working on
no, we
No,
met
not at all.
like
we
7
didn't
years
even
ago.
know we were graphic designers at the time.
Oh.
But I was traveling with a few friends. We went to San Francisco to basically get out of the English weather for a little bit. And I met Elena on the last night we were there. So and then we found out when we exchanged numbers, and then when I got home, we found out that we were both graphic designers.
Oh, okay.
So it
Yeah.
was real coincidence.
But it's fun because we do the similar things, but we have very different styles, and I think that actually bring
Yeah.
something else to the table that
Definitely.
we wouldn't have, the other one wouldn't have thought of. So it's exciting to be able to work on projects together when they
I mean,
arise.
completely different backgrounds and completely different styles and completely different strengths, I think.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard that there is a very specific style in Nottingham, like a very niche
They're
graphic.
into squares.
Oh, they're all into squares and Robin Hood. And
Tom actually trained though as a product designer.
I went to Sheffield University,
Yeah.
and I was an industrial product
Industrial
designer.
design,
So I didn't have any knowledge of graphic design until a few years later when I realised that there wasn't many jobs for product designers in the north of England, basically. So kind of
You took
I
your
was
skills
doing
and
I was doing a lot
transitioned
of
to graphic
photography
design.
and new Photoshop, and then from that got a job as a front end designer, and then from that became a graphic designer.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, Photoshop.
yeah, exactly. It was
Alexi.
a weird transition.
When you, Elena, you studied graphic design? Or?
I was a dancer most of my life
Yeah.
before I started doing design.
Oh, yeah,
Then
we talked about it.
so I had always done art. I wanted to do something that I could still use my, skills in
Inspiration,
from art. But I found graphic design. I went to school for it. Fell in love with it. I think in terms of art, I've always been drawn toward very graphic
Yeah.
artists that just have very graphic, bold work, and so it kind of was easier to transition for me in terms of inspiration.
Awesome. So now it's time to review some portfolio
Yay.
that have been
Great,
shared
yeah.
by the community.
Amazing. Yeah.
So there's an amazing animation. Roll it. 10-second animation.
Okay.
We're back? Okay. I hope you enjoy the animation. That's right. So we have, okay, let us know if you are in the chat, Mr. Studio Now from Serbia, because we need to talk,
We need to talk.
about death.
Yeah.
So this is a portfolio that has been shared. You had the chance to review it already.
Yeah,
so
we
is there
took a
anything we should open?
I
Yeah, I
think we
mean,
should
let's-
just go through them in order.
Yeah,
in
sure.
order? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, they say it's a great story. Yeah, maybe it will become a movie one day.
Maybe one day.
Who would play Elena and who would play me? That would be. There you go. There's something for the chat. This is going to get embarrassing.
This is going to get very embarrassing.
Who would play you,
Big
Michael?
mistake.
Who's going to play you?
Michael.
Yeah. Who will play me? Oh no, yeah. Oh,
So.
don't get them started. Okay, so Fabelgrad.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So we took a look at this work. Tom, did you want to start?
Yeah. So if you go through just a couple of more images, so we basically it's a conference.
Yeah.
And I had to actually I went on
You have to
Fable
scroll
Grade.
to understand it.
You have to scroll to understand it. I think the sort of theme of this it would be nice to have a little bit of context, but typographically it looks really pretty. It's like really beautiful.
Yeah.
This stuff, really nice.
I think maybe it's a mix like so. Belgrade is a city, of course, in Serbia, and Fab might be like a Fab Lab. When you
Okay.
build something.
Right.
That's what I
Okay.
expect when I see that. Oh, you see here, conference on Fab Lab.
Conference on Fab
Lab.
So I guess
Yeah.
it's more about 3D printing.
Right.
That's
Right,
what I
yeah,
would
got
get.
it. Yeah.
So that's why there is a nice typography
Yeah,
work.
I love
with
the typography. I think
Yeah, the
that's
typography is really
that's
nice.
beautiful. I guess I'm same with Tom. I would love to know a little bit more context, whether that's just a short paragraph about it or.
Yeah, because the work is great, but yeah.
Work is great,
Yeah.
I mean, now you've said that it's 3D printing. It makes more sense to the visual, which is again really pretty. But
yeah, it's gorgeous.
I'm sure if you knew that, then you would have kind of got it instantly. But it took me a little bit.
Yeah, me too. Like it took me now why do we have two typefaces here?
Yeah.
And then Fab Labs. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
But
think
it's not super. Yeah.
And then the book is
With
post report. I guess
post
it's
report. Yeah, just
after that. Okay. I mean, I think it looks great. It would just a little bit more context, perhaps.
And yes, Boris, you're from Serbia too. Yeah. So maybe I was like, oh, maybe this is Boris behind studio now, but apparently not. Okay, we need to talk about this one.
This one. Okay.
Dead Lake.
Elena, do you
Watch
want
out. Be prepared.
Yeah, be
I will
prepared.
scroll down.
Okay.
The Dead Lake. Horror and Wines Festival.
So you can see that it is a horror and wine festival.
And wine.
I think the horror
Not
part
sure about
is
the connection
clear.
between.
Yeah, I mean, I think typographically, again, very interesting. It brings you around the page. I'm assuming this is a poster. I think that, in terms of typography, quite experimental. I think that I immediately read horror, and although those are probably grape leaves, I'm not seeing so much wine. So maybe it's the sense of, in the art direction aspect of it, photographic direction, maybe there's less horror, more wine, or something that's a bit more conceptual in terms
I mean,
of.
it's very, shocking straight away.
Yeah.
And I see that and I think of a horror movie, but not necessarily the wine. I mean, the first thing that pops to mind with me is maybe the red wine could have been used as blood or something a little bit more subtle, like drops of blood. So I actually really, again, typographically, I think it's really pretty. And there was obviously a lot of work done in terms of there was a photo shoot set up because the top image they've printed this out, the kind of mock-up out.
Cool.
But I don't get the wine aspect of it.
And you want it to be appetizing. I mean, you want to feel like you're going there, you're going to drink some wine. And right now, I think it looks super cool, and I'm all for weirdness. But I also want to be enticed to pay to drink wine.
It's weird.
Yeah, I just think that if it had a bit more wine and a bit less horror.
Okay.
But yeah, typographically it looks great. Nice poster.
And there is one more.
And so this looks, I'm not
so
sure
I'm not sure
what
what this is,
sort
yeah.
of book this is, but I think, I'm always drawn toward things that are very graphic, and I love the mix of typography plus these illustrations. I'm curious, regarding context, did you draw these? Did you have them commissioned? What's the background?
Yeah. I think that's it. It's like, is it the front cover? Again, it's just a description of what the designer did. Just to give a little bit of context. But it looks great. I really like it. It's very bold. I love the binding here, the binding style.
Yeah, I think it's great to show that, and it looks.
And these
looks
two,
hand done,
to
which
start
is
with
cool.
something that has been.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I mean, and great in terms of photography. Great to actually see that these were real thing, that they were printed, bound. Yeah, so beautiful in terms of actually getting them printed and then photographing them.
Yeah. Good job, Studio Now. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you.
And also there was Joanna Vieira. Actually, she was one of the first ones sharing our portfolio, I remember.
Oh, really?
When we opened the phone. She was like,
Nice.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So
She was
cool.
very
Is she on the chat?
oh, maybe Joanna is
Any
on the
Joanna?
chat. She received an email, so I told her that she would be reviewed by you guys. So.
Cool.
Conzero is asking you, as art directors, do you use Behance sometimes to look for new talents or?
Yeah, I mean, I find people everywhere. I think we look on Behance. Sometimes even Instagram is a good tool for, you might randomly happen upon someone.
Definitely. I actually am a newcomer to Behance, hence me trying to like bloat my audience here. But yeah, I think it's a really good resource for that. And I just think that if also if you were looking for a specific job, there's no harm in just getting in touch with someone who works there straight away, and normally people will reply. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love, when you get that weekly, explore page, and it's fun to see what's been happening in
Yeah, definitely.
in the network and look at new work. So yeah, it's definitely a great place to find fresh talent.
Cool. So Joanna, she's from Portugal. And yeah, anything you want
Yeah,
to...
and let's start with the first one, I guess, right?
Yep.
Spartan race. Ooh, that's a intense introduction. He's the jury. Okay, is it a conference?
So I think it's
Logo design challenge. Oh.
a race with multiple events.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris. Okay. Oh, I know this guy.
Really?
Really?
He was on Adobe Live.
He
was one of the
everyone
guests.
now.
He's a lettering artist from the UK.
Oh,
So
really?
cool.
Yeah, he's from London. Not London, but from the United Kingdom.
Wow.
So
Yeah. So
really
I
proud
think
of
it's an
him.
obstacle course, but by the look of it, a bit like.
Yeah, I'm not sure because
About the
Spartan
Spartan
logo
race,
design
yeah.
challenge. So
For the Spartan race, obstacle
Okay.
course race events.
yeah,
So, yeah, so it looks like the task was to combine this
yeah, Spartan.
Spartan feel and the idea of a race
On the infinity symbol.
and infinity.
I really like that you've put up your
Yeah.
work in progress.
I love
think
seeing
that's
that,
really
yeah.
nice, and they're really good actually. The drawings.
Yeah, it's nice to see where an idea originated
Yeah.
from, and even just creating all those ones that don't work in order to find the ones that do.
Okay.
Cool.
Greatness. Oh yeah, it's like for a gamification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the
A lot
whole
of
brand,
applications.
the whole thing. Wow.
A lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work.
I think it's cool to see all the different how it was applied
For sticking with me.
to badges,
Very polite.
to
That's
this.
for sticking with me.
Thanks for sticking. Yeah, it's just to see how it was applied to all these things, the packaging and everything.
Yeah. I am immediately drawn to this guy here, the 8-ball
Yeah.
pool. I think that's really like graphic looking.
Yeah, it's more.
Yeah, that's cool. I know it's pool immediately,
So-
even though it's abstracted.
For Apple and Android. Oh wow.
Oh, is it a?
Concept done at Miniclip. Oh, it's a video
it's
game.
a game. Yeah.
Oh,
I think
Wow.
this looks great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would play
Really
this game.
cool.
Super
Yeah.
graphic.
Is this how the game looks, or the?
I
is
would
it
be
the-
surprised. No?
That's
That would be
cool.
awesome.
That would be amazing. If it looked like that.
Like if you hit a ball in it.
Yeah, totally.
With all
That would
these
be so
animations.
cool. Yeah, I think from graphics, that's really nice.
Oh, that's Miniclip. Yeah. Did you lose your microphone?
my microphone.
Where is it?
Man down.
I got it.
Oh, found it.
Yeah, super beautiful. I think that it's fun to see all the
I like
explorations.
this also.
Yeah, no, I really like it. I think especially the top ones are
Yeah,
really
this-
graphic and just using nice geometry, and you can kind of tell it's pool just from those shapes, which is a really clever thing. The use of color as well is amazing.
Yeah. Amazing.
Originally, was creating the grid and typography relationships in nature work there. Okay, Nick, so we're reviewing the work of Joana Vieira. She's from Brazil. I wanted to check also the magazine. Opus magazine cover. Okay. Yeah, I prefer this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like how graphic
really
and
nice.
bold it is.
I think I've seen this magazine actually.
Really? I think if you go to the top two again, did they sit? Does the
Something
logo
like-
sit slightly lower on that
Yeah,
one than
right?
it does on that one?
Yeah.
I think if especially with the logo of a magazine, I mean, I think that second one looks great.
Yeah.
But I think that everything would need to be a consistent, height and spacing from the top and sides.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's slightly different.
Yeah.
But definitely the second
I
one.
like
looks
that one
amazing.
because
really
it
bold.
has some breathing room, so it
Mm.
feels bold, but you still have room to move your eye around the cover. And I think the first one is a bit busy.
Yeah, very
So
busy.
you have a hard
Especially
time
the
reading as
pictures,
much
you have
type.
details everywhere.
Yeah.
In the hair, the texture here.
Yeah, but very cool.
Yeah, that's
this,
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
Good
strong.
job. Yeah.
Amazing.
Nice, Joanna.
Yeah. Good job, Joanna. Okay, we
Fun.
still have 5 minutes left
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
together.
Does anyone have any questions, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to ask us anything.
I had the questions about the grid and stuff, so maybe we can show one of the magazines you've been working on.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the grid, I think that it depends very much on the type of project and what
like
is
this one, for
being
instance, is
displayed. If it's a lot of type, if it's a lot of images, if it's, obviously the more grid the more lines, rules that you have, the more flexibility you have. So it's just dependent on what's being shown. Yeah. It's a slightly older project, but still one very near and dear to me.
2013.
Yeah, it was my first big job as an art director.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
On this magazine?
Yeah, it was very exciting.
That's a big one. And assorted logos, what do you mean by...
So these were all projects that they were larger identity projects for brands that. So I didn't include all of the
stories,
different pieces, but I wanted to include at least the logo. So it's just a mix of things I've done over the years.
Nice.
Yeah, so lots of fun work.
And Tom, did you work on the identity design beside the restaurant?
I have done. I have got some on my site, I think, but
Is it something you enjoy? Or?
it's something I enjoy. Yeah, I just don't get to do much of it actually at the moment. That's basically. I mean, so if you go to the Levi's skateboarding collection. That was something from 2013 that was kind of identity in that we were sent a shoot that was happening for the Levi's skateboarding collection, and it was kind of like branding that somehow, really simply. And I think a lot of the stuff, the photos, they spoke for themselves. So so it was just sort of adding that as simply as possible, a small brand into it. But largely that had already been created and fleshed out. So it was just my job was relatively simple on that. But the outcome was really nice. They're really nice
it
posters.
Works,
Exactly.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
I like this picture.
Yeah. Really good.
Yeah.
Good photographer.
Yeah, so it's fun. We definitely want to do more projects together. I feel like we do a mix of things on our own and together. And right now
we should do
haven't done
Adobe Live.
anything. Yeah,
With both of you,
Oh,
working
that would
be
amazing.
fun.
over 3 days.
Yeah.
be forced to collaborate.
Wow. Yeah. Get the whole
Let's do it.
Yeah, seriously,
Yeah.
we should do it.
We'll get so messy. We'll
You can't
bring
get
all of our
angry at me
paints.
if it's live as well. So,
I'll be on my best behavior.
We have a question from Yadira. Do you work with foundries, or how do you find typefaces? Do you use
I have
Typekit,
Adobe Typekit's amazing. I have a collection of, bookmarked foundries
that
that I
you
always, they're kind of my go-tos. Depending on the project, sometimes immediately I'll, say, oh my God, I know the perfect typeface for that. Other times it'll require a lot of digging and a lot of, laying things out in context to see what works best.
yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
There's some really good small foundries out
They
there.
say you should work on the Zen Square. Here we go.
Square Zen.
Square Zen. We have the name of the project. Okay. So, Elena and Tom, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you so
being
much
with
for
us.
having us. Yeah, thank you.
It's cool, and see you soon on Adobe Live. Then we need to.
Definitely,
Yes, we'll be
that'd
back
great.
together.
Yeah.
We'll still be live today for 1 more hour. So please make sure to be back at the top of the hour in about 6 minutes. We will be back with your friends.
Great,
Victoria
yeah.
Herrera
Everyone.
and Darcy.
They're amazing.
They are amazing.
Here
yeah.
around, two amazing graphic designers, also based in New York. And again, they will share their work. Rufus will be back, and we will review more portfolios. Yeah, thanks again.
Thank you,
Thanks
everyone.
guys for
Thank you,
watching.
everyone.
See you in 5
Thank
minutes
you.
on Adobe Live.
Bye.